When I was little, it was so easy to live a life for Jesus. I mean, I would come to church singing at the top of my lungs, and I would enjoy every minute of it. But this joy and happiness I felt was so hard to hold on to as I got older. Facing more decisions, I found it hard to always do what was right. Wrong decisions would deter me away from God, but when I felt like I was too far, God was right there with me, holding my hand, calling my name, saying, "Daughter, you're never too far gone, for I will love you the same." See, I was headed down the wrong path, and I knew something had to change. I wanted the joy and happiness I felt connecting with God when I was younger. And soon, I realized I wasn't alone. God changed my life, and He can change your life too. He's looking down and saying, "I want you. I want that man, that woman, that boy, or that girl, and I will die for you so that you will always know just how much I love you. I sacrificed my life so that you would be something instead of nothing. I've turned water into wine, raised the child from the dead each time. Child, there's nothing that I can't do. So just know that nothing will ever separate my love from you. Nothing." And I know sometimes it's hard to stay on the windy and narrow road, but just look at some of the great heroes in the Bible who struggled to live their life for Jesus all the time. Paul was a persecutor on a mission, killing Christians with ambition, yet God used this killer and made him into a strong pillar. He was headed down the wrong road, but God stopped him in his tracks so he could make his world grow dark, just so he could see the light. David, who was said to be the man after God's own heart, was an adulterer and a murderer from the start. He stole his soldier's wife, and then he took his life. He was trying to hide the sin that he committed, but God saw and sent a messenger to open up David's eyes to the crime that he committed. These two men tried to live their life for Jesus, and although they may have not been perfect, they were still the candle that guided the people through those dark times. Now, we all have Esther decisions in our lives that we encounter, meaning sometimes we face a fork in the road. One way says to listen to God, but you risk being judged by the world. And the other way says to do what you want, stay silent, or give in to the temptation, but you risk being judged by God. What will you choose? Will you turn your back on God, the one who created you, molded you into the person you are, the one that caught you when you fell so it wouldn't leave a scar, the one that was there for you who fell so far, the one that gave his life so you could be a shining star? Or will you let the world's judgments disintegrate into ashes when you realize that God is who matters? Live a life for Jesus. Now, I know it's hard, and sometimes you may not know what to do, but just know that God is only a prayer away from transforming your life so that you can live out your purpose as a child of God. It makes a difference how we live and how we act. I know this is probably already learned fact, but if people see you get drunk, smoke, swear, gossip, bully, cheat, and then hear you say, "I'm a Christian," you are sending a deadly message that all of these worldly styles are okay to be in. Don't act like the world. Instead, live a life of significance. God has loved you since, so why not let your candle shine the light amidst the darkness? For I do know this, that only God holds the key to turn the door to help set captives free.